This is an assembly video of the Alesis Nitro Max drum kit. Let's put it together. Now this thing, the pieces did not come labeled, so I took some sticky notes and labeled them. They're easy to tell apart because they're so different, but I did that to kind of speed things up. And I'm gonna fast forward through some of this video so you don't have to watch the entire process in real time. So let's do it. That's step one, the center of this. And you can lower this or raise it up depending on your height. I put it all the way to the top because I'm 6'2", so pretty tall. Let's continue. Now this does come with an Allen wrench, but I'm just using an Allen wrench adapter in order to speed things up a bit. Now these are on here pretty snug, so I've kind of loosened everything so it's easier to move around as I attach the next pieces. One thing I'd like to point out that's really awesome is that if you can see the ridge, there's a ridge on this. There you go. You can see it that way. This has to go in there a specific way. And what that's going to do is prevent this from twisting while you're playing the drums, which that is awesome because I've owned drum sets before that did not have that feature, and they would tend to spin as you beat on the drums. Now, these D brackets on the side, these you don't want to make too tight just yet because, again, you're going to adjust those because those are going to be holding your toms and your cymbals and your controller. All right, so we've built the entire rack, and this thing is pretty awesome. It's not, I haven't changed the adjustments yet, so it's kind of off kilter, plus I'm sitting on the cymbals. So let's add the snare arm and then add our snare and our toms. All right. You may have to slide your toms left or right so that you can make room. You do not want this to be touching another one. You don't want them to touch each other because it could signal false triggers. So make sure they are not actually touching like this. So spread them out. Now, one of the cool features about this drum set is the nice red color. Now they're kind of thin, so you won't see that unless you're at the right angle, but I do think that's a really nice touch, and it makes these things look awesome. All right, now we get to attach our cymbal holders and our hi-hat. So these are identical. So there's 3 of these, so it doesn't matter which one you grab. Now to attach your cymbals, you're going to completely unscrew this top, and you should have a piece of felt on that nozzle, or sometimes they come stuffed up inside of the hi-hat. So if it's up in there, you're going to want to remove it. Place your cymbal with this blade. There's a little blade there in the top of this that's going to prevent these from spinning on you. Now I have this facing the wrong way, so I need to loosen this up and spin the actual rod around. There we go. Now you can put your felt on here and screw that back on, and you're good to go. Now we're going to put our hi-hat controller on the left side of the snare drum. So that is set, and now you got to take your drum key, which is included, but any drum key can work. Now for this kit, they do recommend not using the felt side, but using the hard plastic. So you're going to put this in the hole, line that up so that it hits about the center, right there, and then you're going to tighten it up and keep it in place. All right, so now we're going to hook up the new Alesis module, which I'm very excited to hear the sounds in this thing. I've heard great things. And we're going to hook up our cable snake. And we're going to plug the snake into this back area here. Now you're going to take all of those cables and you're going to run them along the piping using the Velcro to strap it into place, and then plug it in to whichever one it tells you to. So this will be your snare, tom 1, tom 2, tom 3, your hi-hat, your crash, and your ride cymbals. So, oh, and also your hi-hat pedal and your kick drum, which is going to have a plug on the side of that. So the final two steps are to hook up the power to the brain, and then you're going to want to tighten all of these heads because at least the ship C is a little bit loose. So you want to go around with your drum key, and you're going to do at least a half a turn on every single one of these nuts, and you want to do it clockwise and diagonal. So by that I mean do this one, and then that one, then this one, then that one, and this one, and that one. Do that all the way around, just about at least a half turn to make sure these are going to feel as real as possible.